Tuna fishing is usually done using bait or nets. One of the most common methods is fishing for tuna with a specialized fishing rod, which is often done on offshore fishing vessels. Fishermen will use live bait such as small fish or artificial bait to attract tuna to come closer. The bait is dropped into the water in areas where there are many fish. And when the tuna bites the bait, the fisherman will pull it up. Another method is using a trawl, which is dropped into the sea in areas where tuna move a lot, helping to catch a large number of fish at once. Tuna fishing requires high skills and an understanding of the behavior of this fish, because they can move very quickly and at great depths. In addition to bait and trawl methods, some fishermen also apply the method of fishing with purse seine. This method is often used when tuna gather in large schools near the surface of the water or around coral reefs. The purse seine is dropped from the ship into the area where the tuna appear. Then the net is pulled back to surround the fish. This helps to harvest a large amount of tuna in a short time, to ensure efficiency and protect tuna resources. Many countries and regions have applied strict regulations on fishing seasons and the minimum size of fish allowed to be caught. Fishermen also need to pay attention to sustainable fishing, avoiding overexploitation to maintain the development of this fish species in the wild. In addition, tuna fishing also depends on environmental factors such as water temperature, currents and fish migration seasons. Tuna often move along warm water currents and search for food in areas with rich resources. Therefore, fishermen often have to carefully study these factors to determine the appropriate time and place to fish, increasing the possibility of harvesting. Modern fishing methods are also being improved to minimize the impact on the marine ecosystem. For example, the use of technologies such as radar and sonar helps to accurately determine the location of tuna schools, thereby minimizing waste and loss when fishing. In addition, some fishing vessels now also apply measures to protect young tuna or smaller fish, helping to preserve marine resources for future generations. In short, tuna fishing not only requires skills and experience but also requires attention to environmental factors and the sustainability of the fishing industry. In addition to improving fishing technology and techniques, fishermen and international organizations are also working to implement management measures to protect tuna species from the risk of decline. Organizations such as ICCAT, Atlantic Tuna Management Commission, and IAT, Pacific Tuna Management Commission, have established regulations on catch quotas, fishing bans during spawning seasons, and measures to protect areas important to tuna production. In addition, implementing sustainable fishing strategies, such as selective fishing and minimizing the use of methods that harm other fish species, is also an important part of maintaining ecological balance. These initiatives not only help protect tuna, but also support the long-term development of the fisheries industry. benefiting fishermen and coastal communities. Finally, public education and awareness raising about the importance of protecting marine resources is an indispensable factor. When people understand the value of sustainable fishing, they will work together to preserve precious marine resources for future generations to implement effective conservation measures. Cooperation between countries, fishermen, scientific research organizations and management agencies is essential. Research on the behavior and biology of tuna is increasingly needed to better understand the factors that affect the development of this fish. This information will help to develop appropriate conservation and exploitation strategies, and to adjust policies and regulations to suit the actual situation. In addition to conservation measures, promoting advanced and environmentally friendly fishing methods such as lead-free nets or using live bait instead of artificial bait can help to minimize negative impacts on the marine environment. Fishermen can also be supported with training in sustainable fishing techniques. Which can reduce the capture of juveniles or undersized fish, thereby contributing to the long-term maintenance of resources. In addition, certification and traceability of seafood products, such as MSC, Marine Stewardship Council, certification, can facilitate fishermen and businesses to participate in sustainable supply chains. This not only helps protect marine resources but also meets the increasing demand of the market for clean and sustainable seafood. Thus, tuna fishing is not only an important economic activity but also a task that requires a harmonious combination of economic development and environmental protection, ensuring the long-term survival of tuna and marine ecosystems. In order to continue to improve the effectiveness of protecting tuna and other marine species, many countries have begun to apply modern technologies in the process of monitoring and managing fishing. The use of satellite monitoring systems, VMS, helps monitor the activities of fishing vessels, thereby promptly detecting illegal fishing activities, non-compliance with regulations on seasons or quotas. This not only helps protect marine resources but also contributes to building a transparent and responsible fisheries industry. Furthermore, strengthening international cooperation and information sharing among countries with tuna fishing activities also plays an important role. Since tuna is a migratory species, implementing protection measures by one country without coordination with other countries can lead to poor protection effectiveness. Therefore, international agreements and treaties such as the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, UNCLOS, and regional agreements are the foundation for maintaining stability and sustainability in marine resource management. In addition to efforts from governments and international organizations, consumers also play an important role in promoting sustainable seafood consumption. Choosing sustainable certified tuna products not only protects the environment but also promotes the development of responsible fishing methods. In short, tuna fishing and marine resource protection require close cooperation among stakeholders from fishermen, management agencies, international organizations to consumers. These efforts will create a healthy marine ecosystem and a sustainable seafood industry, serving economic benefits and protecting the environment for future generations in addition to the management and protection measures mentioned above. Another important factor is to raise public awareness about the impact of fishing activities on marine ecosystems. Educating people, especially those directly involved in the fishing industry, about the importance of protecting aquatic resources will help create positive changes in the way marine resources are exploited and used. Training programs and workshops to share knowledge on marine protection and sustainable fishing can contribute significantly to changing the behavior and awareness of fishermen. In addition, the development of blue economic models, such as marine ecotourism, can also create alternative economic opportunities for fishermen, reducing pressure on marine resources. Combining tourism and sustainable fisheries will help protect important ecological areas, such as coral reefs and marine reserves, while creating a stable source of income for the community. Another promising direction is the development of tuna varieties grown in closed systems. The development of tuna farms will not only help reduce pressure on natural marine resources but also provide fishermen with an additional source of stable income, reducing their dependence on wild fishing. However, this also needs to be done carefully to avoid negative impacts on the environment and ensure the long-term sustainability of the farming model. With coordinated efforts and appropriate protection strategies, tuna fishing will not only bring economic benefits but also contribute to maintaining ecological balance, protecting marine resources for future generations. Harmoniously combining economic development and environmental protection will be the key to building a sustainable and prosperous fisheries industry. To complete the strategy for protecting and exploiting tuna sustainably, an indispensable factor is to strengthen cooperation between related sectors, including the seafood processing industry, scientists, environmental protection organizations and government agencies, along with regulations and policies to protect marine resources. Tuna processing companies can play an important role in promoting the consumption of products from sustainable fishing sources through committing to international certifications, such as MSC, Marine Stewardship Council, or FOSS, Friend of the Sea. These certifications help consumers identify products that are legally and sustainably caught, thereby supporting fishermen to practice responsible fishing. In addition, increasing research and development of new technologies will also help improve the methods of exploiting and protecting tuna resources. New technologies, such as biological monitoring systems, applications in predicting fish behavior, or high-efficiency, low-impact tuna farming methods could be important breakthroughs in maintaining the sustainability of this fish species. A typical example is the research and application of biological methods to improve the quality and productivity of farmed tuna, helping to reduce exploitation from the wild sea. In the future, protecting tuna will not only stop at short-term measures, but also need a long-term vision. As the challenges of climate change and marine environmental degradation become increasingly serious, changes in ocean temperature, pollution levels and the invasion of invasive species can directly impact the growth and migration of tuna. Therefore, developing strategies to respond to climate change. Protecting sensitive marine ecosystems and enhancing scientific research on the impacts of climate change are necessary to ensure the survival and sustainable development of this fish species. Finally, enhancing the social responsibility of businesses and consumers in choosing sustainable seafood products will contribute to creating positive changes in the way marine resources are exploited and consumed. A sustainable seafood industry not only helps protect valuable resources but also creates a prosperous marine economy, protects the environment and improves the quality of life for coastal communities to achieve the goals of conservation and sustainable development. There needs to be a long-term commitment from all stakeholders, not only at the national level but also at the international level. International organizations and forums such as the United Nations, FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, as well as non-governmental organizations have an important role to play in promoting agreements and policies on the protection of marine resources and improving the management of global tuna resources. Cooperation agreements between countries will help build a network of information sharing, research and common protection measures, while ensuring fairness in the exploitation of marine resources among interested countries. At the same time, to effectively implement policies to protect and manage fisheries resources, there needs to be a system of strict monitoring, inspection and enforcement of regulations. Technologies such as smart supply chains and product traceability help track tuna from the time it is caught until it reaches the consumer. This not only ensures transparency in the production and consumption process but also builds consumer confidence. Encouraging them to choose sustainable tuna products. In addition to direct management methods, the application of broader ecological protection strategies, such as the creation of marine protected areas or the restoration of degraded marine ecosystems, should also be emphasized. Protected areas not only protect tuna species but also protect other marine life, maintain biodiversity and create a stable environment for all marine species. In particular, scientific research